Hi, back again. What I'm going to introduce today is we're going to take a look at lesson 1, and you can see here on the screen that you need to do some reading, install your Java and that means if you haven't done so already, write a biography about yourself. The reason I require a biography is that I found over the years that the more people you know in the class, the better you'll do in the class. In other words, if you meet some people and you have some type of relationship um, where you can discuss how the course is done, how to solve the problems, those kinds of things. Or you might need to call somebody and late at night to get some advice. I find that having classmates that you know help you get through the course. There is a short little quiz. The quiz is not on programming, but on Blackboard. It's just kind of a little quiz that asks you questions to make sure that you've read over the material that you're supposed to in lesson 1. And then I've given you some memorization here. These are the basic default sizes of the different data types. So if you open that up, it'll talk about int and double, Boolean, string, stuff like that. A little warning here that we will have a quiz over that, the data types. And here's a program a small program with comments that if you don't totally get what I'm going to do in this video, you can go to this, open it up, and see another example, okay? But what I really wanted to do right now is to go ahead and go to Java and write one of these programs. And I think I'll write the rectangle program. It's fairly easy, but it'll give you an idea. So this is 1.9. So I'm going to go over to, I happen to just have it down here in my tray. And this is what NetBeans is going to look at like. This is 8.2 version. You could be using it or some later version. And like most Windows applications, you can start a new project here in the menu item or by clicking on an icon here in the toolbar, and I'm just going to click on that. Come over here, you can see choose project, and we just need to make sure that it's a Java application. Click here. Project name, again, the project name should be meaningful. In this case, I said we were going to calculate the dimensions of a rectangle. So I'm just going to call it that. I'm going to say this is rectangle. Okay? And again, I can save where I want to save it to. In this case, I'm going to save it to my D drive, and I hit finish. And it takes a couple seconds for that to load up. Once it does, you'll see this go away. I'll get my editing screen in the default mode. Okay? I can see the file here that was created. There it is. It's in a folder called rectangle. And that's what you want. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do so you can see this a little better, you don't have to do this at home, but just go ahead. I'm going to kick this up a notch as far as the font goes so that you can see it a little bit better. I'll make it bold 18. And that should be pretty good since I'm recording this directly from my computer. And you should be able to see that. The first part up here, this slash splat, we call asterisk splats. So it's a slash splat. If it was a backslash, I would tell you backslash. This is a slash that goes to the right. And up here is where we're going to put comments. This is where we put our internal documentation. So we said this was going to be called rectangle. And these are the required fields that I showed you in the computer part of the information. So this should be this, and this will be the name of the file, including its sub or suffix. the date, and I'll just make it what is it's like the 28th of October. I really don't care what format you put the date in, as long as you put the date in there. And who is the author or programmer? And it'll be me in this case. Of course, you're going to put your own name there, unless your name happens to be D. Peterson. Okay, and some purpose. And like I told you in an earlier video, the names of programs for this course are not reflective of your textbook. So this program will calculate the perimeter and area of a rectangle. That's simple. Okay? So this is my internal documentation for now. Okay? If you don't put this in, of course, you lose points. Package is, where is this at? It's in a package called rectangle. This is an actual command. Okay? So you can see it's a different color. And it has to be the first executable line of your program if you have a package. This package line must be the first line of program that executes. Notice this is a different type of way to make comments. This is a block comment here. Slash asterisk or slash asterisk asterisk is a way to make block comments. You close that by a splat slash. If you just want a one-line comment, you can just do slash slash. We don't need this for right now. That happens to work for what's called Java Docs, and we're not going to worry about Java Docs this semester. This also pertains to Java Docs. We're going to get rid of that. And I like to line up my brackets, or my braces, I should call them, where there should be nothing in between this brace and this brace for readability, for programmer friendliness. Some people don't do this. I prefer it. I think it is, and especially as a new student to this language, I think that anything like that can make it easier for you is helpful. This is another comment. I just do that. Again, this is for readability. If I was to print this program out and it had a lot of lines of code, which it won't this time, these dividers make it easy to read. Okay? Excuse me a second. I need to get a drink. All right. So here we are in the first line. And all the program wanted us to do, let's go check. It says display the area and perimeter of a rectangle that is 4.5 wide by 7.9 long. Okay. So it doesn't say anything about variables or anything like that. So it's as simple as this. We can just say system out print line and then a rectangle with a width of 4.5 and a length of, what was it again? 7.9? 7.9 will have a, and then I'm going to go ahead and close that and just say system.out.println, and we'll just say perimeter will be 2 times 4.5 plus 7.9. And we're going to go ahead and run this and see if it works, because if we get the perimeter right, then, and you can see there that we get 24.8. Is that approximate? Well, this is about 8. This is 4.5. So that's like what? 8 and 4.5 is 12.5. Doubled is about 25. So that's a reasonable answer. Okay. So that's good. We had a little, probably should put a space here. I had somewhere where it wasn't, it was jammed together here. Print line, print line. Well, that's all right. And then we'll do system.out, print line, and the area will be plus, and to get the area we do what? We do 4.5 times 7.9, and it would run perfectly well like that, because this one is to concatenate. Concatenation is putting together words or that. Okay, it doesn't really mean addition here, that plus sign. I just want to put the word area in front of this calculation. But for readability, I could come along and put my parentheses in, and that would make it easier to read. Same thing up here. I could put in another set of parentheses here, and that makes the readability easier for programmers that might be looking at this program. Another thing I wanted to mention up here is I didn't want to keep typing off to the right here, so I just brought it down here and just kept right on going. Okay, as long as I don't put a /n in here, okay, this is just going to be one long line. Okay, so what do you think? Let's see what it looks like. So there's a rectangle with a width of 4.5 and a length of 7.9 will have a perimeter 24.8 and an area of 35.5, da 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 da. Don't worry about all these decimal places for now. I will show you how to fix that in the future. Just one, oh, right there is where I was missing the space. See, I stopped here with no space and didn't have one here, so when it put them together, it didn't allow us to have a space there. Okay, so that's it for this program. Just a little tidbit on the first one. Let's look at it. This one, display a 4-word graphical using. All that means is this. Let's see. It'd be like I want to spell out Doug in letters. Okay, so I could do something like system print line, and then start doing letters. I could do, oh, let's see, the top of the D would be maybe D, 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 like that. The top of the O might be O, O. The U, I'm going to need one there, maybe. And then the G, probably G, 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 something like that. Hang on, let me move back. All right, so that's this, this. And that's the very top of the letters. Okay? And then I would go down. So I want to graphically create the letters. I go down the next one, etc., and do the rest. All right, I ran out of time, so I'm going to go, and I'll see you in the next video.